What is the awful thing your partner did, and you accepted? She took my job. She used my favorite socks as makeshift oven mitts. Yes, truly a heinous act. But love is all about forgiveness. Mine cheated. He pulled my pants down in front of some other people when I was 8 months pregnant. Left the law firm. She liked trains. I got cheated on 11 years ago. She ate the last Oreo ice cream sandwich that I had been saving for when I was stoned. I forgave her. Gave meist. She didn't like me hanging out with my friends. I would stay home more to talk to her on the phone as a result. Also would flip out if I hung up on her because I needed to sleep. I had the worst eye bags and had to drop out of my school's program. Longtime ex slapped me. I accepted it because they were autistic, and after it happened they talked about it with someone else as if it was my fault for talking to them when I didn't know they were upset or in a mood or something. Costed me for 2 months. What is the most demonized mental illness? Schizophrenia gets a bad rap. Many schizophrenics realize what they're seeing isn't logically real, but that doesn't mean it's not perceived as real to them. A lot of them won't hurt you. They're just tired and scared. Schizophrenia, schizophrenia, and bipolar disorder. A lot of people automatically think these diagnoses equal violent behavior. It rarely actually does. That's non-military. Honestly, a lot are, but dissociative identity disorder is often portrayed in films to have an evil alter like a personality. It's honestly sad. Borderline personality disorder. Probably true narcissistic personality disorder. It's thrown around a lot as an armchair diagnosis on the internet. No one really has sympathy for narcissists, either for obvious reasons, and certainly no one wants to actually help them after dealing with them. Addiction. What is a song that you would choose to listen to directly before going into a battle where you are certain to die? The Trooper Iron Maiden. Easily Knights of Sidonia. Ride of the Valkyries is the only correct answer. Immigrant Song Zeppelin. For Whom the Bell Tolls Metallica. Yakety Sax. Sympathy for the Devil Rolling Stones. The Battle of the Pelennor Fields by Howard Shore. The Doors' The End. The Tetris Theme. With my concentration locked in that tight, maybe I'm not certain to die. Waterloo by ABBA. God's Gonna Cut You Down, Johnny Cash. That Zeppelin song that goes, I ha. The Highlander theme by Queen. This is the song that never ends. Sabaton, The Last Stand. Du hast Rammstein. Eye of the Tiger on repeat. Let's Go Out Like True Warriors. Killing in the Name Ratten. Alive by PODED. Kerr Run Through the Jungle. Painkiller Judas Priest. Someone's dad is using you as a horrible example for his kids, and you don't know it. It's the other way around. My dad uses me as an example to warn other kids, and I know it. Someone's parents used me as a good example to try and straighten out their own kids. They were wrong about me. When you're the first in the family to smoke weed, you're almost instantly seen as the family tweaker. Lol, it just takes time to show them. The assistant manager at a thrift store I go to. The dude was a total jerkwad who thought I was homeless and despised homeless people. He got a job at a Costco near me, and the look of confusion on his face when he saw I not only have a membership. Oh, I do know it, and it's my own dad. Fucking piece of shit. Wherever he is, I wholeheartedly endorse his message. Nice to know I'm part of making the world better. Of course I know him, he's me. Maybe. But his money is in my account, so I don't care. Your butthole is older than your teeth. Your butthole is your first feature to develop. Humans are deuterostomes, meaning our digestive tract, the first feature to even start after you are simply a literal clump of cells opens first on the anus side and out to the mouth side. So there is a point in your development where you are literally nothing but a little asshole. Well, your teeth aren't technically replaced every 7 years, give or take, so no. Or is this a matter of Theseus butthole? That's why it has a vintage taste. When two people kiss, they create one long meat tube from butthole to butthole. Teeth don't repair themselves, so my butthole cells have all been replaced pretty recently too. Teeth cells not so much, though your teeth have more wisdom. The ship of Theseus has entered the chat. Dental student, your butthole cells were replaced long ago. Your teeth's minerals have not been replaced since they were formed. Solar eclipses must have blinded a ton of random unsuspecting humans throughout history. Also caused a ton of sacrifices and suicides. Having finally witnessing this past one, I'd have to say probably not. Prior to the full blockage, it doesn't look so different that you'd stare at the eclipse prior to it being safe to do so. It's called solar retinopathy, and you don't get it from looking at an eclipse. You get it from staring at the sun, no matter what phase it's in, for too long. I don't know. My instincts tell me not to look at anything that hurts my eyes. You can look at a solar eclipse during full totality, though. I did so yesterday, and my eyes are not burned. How? People don't just go blind from the sun on a daily basis. The wrath of the gods. Maybe that's part of why eclipses were traditionally seen as bad omens. Fast food workers of Reddit, what's the most irritating part about your job? Former fast food, now a professional. The worst part in retrospect is that you were expected to be constantly busy when you were on the clock. This isn't a realistic workflow, and in the professional world you're not treated like that. When I was younger, the thing that irritated me most about working in fast food was that the managers would always forget that I was in high school and could not work weekdays. Evenings. Yes. Weekends. Of course. Then I'd get in trouble for no showing. And it wasn't once or twice per year, it was every other month. This was not limited to one single store either, nor one single country. 100 when customers come in 10 minutes before close. If they're nice, I'll let it slide. But showing up right before close and you're an asshole grinds my gears, man. People ordering stuff on the app and never coming to get it. Homeowners of Reddit, what's a major downside to owning your home you didn't know about? Water runs downhill and poor drainage means basements suck. If you see two sump pumps just fucking a home, get insulation is filled with asbestos and costs a ton to don't refinance 2 weeks before the housing market crashes. My landlord is now my mortgage, and it has left all the maintenance, repairs, and associated costs to me, the tenant. Not being able to just get up and leave when a neighbor I don't like moves in next door. To me, the only downside is how suddenly and randomly property taxes can be adjusted, and the opacity of dealing with some mortgage lenders. Everything else, from maintaining fixing things to basics like yard work, is part of the deal, and I don't mind personally because I like the feeling of keeping this expensive thing I co-own nice and presentable. How do you feel when a woman pays for the tab? I would have loved it, given you said you wanted a second date. Assuming I was into, he's upset that you took the lead, he's being a bit precious. Most men would love a clear signal like that. I'll be honest, if that happened to me, it would blow my here's his most likely thought process. You pay the bill and go to the bathroom. She fucking hates me and trying to sneak out. You tell him he's awesome, and there is definitely going to be second date. Wait, what? And just processing and trying to figure out what he did right for once. I feel nothing. Every time I've gone on a first date and the girl has paid the tab, there wasn't a second date. It'd be cool with it. Absolute overreaction. I would be appreciative of being told I was awesome and getting confirmation of a second date more than you paying. Plus, he can assert that he will pay for the second and third date if he was so inclined to pay for the first one. What is your advice on how to deal with life after high school? Take personal responsibility for yourself and your future. You could literally do nothing, but on the other hand, you could do something. So make something happen. It's expensive. Don't hang out with all the people in high school. Good friends will remain, and keep in touch with them. In fact, make an effort to stay in touch with the good ones, but move on. Think about what you want to do. Time to be a bit selfish. Time to become what you want to be. Take control of your life. Don't let life just move around you. It's a pretty broad fucking subject. Go work for a year or two before you decide what you want to do. You don't need to have shit planned right out of high school. Go work construction or work administrative support at an office and get an appreciation for the working class and how far you can stretch a dollar. Technically, someone can stay in total solar eclipse for hours. They did it in the April 10th, 2024, followed an eclipse with the Concorde for more than an hour to observe it. Well, that someone better be quick of. An eclipse shadow travels at speeds from 1,100 to 5,000 miles per hour. They tried it in the April 10th, 2024 with the Concorde doing ERMF and managed to stay in the eclipse for 74 minutes. If you would like to experience what that is like, you can do it at night. It lasts for hours. I eclipse the sun with my roof all day. If you had a fighter jet, maybe. We just call that night where I'm from. Just go stand behind queso. I'm a third shifter. I haven't seen the sun in years. There are places on the moon in permanent shadow you could be eclipsed for millions of years up there, technically speaking. Or just dig a deep hole. What are the most ridiculous actual names of people that you've heard of? Twins named Horace and Norris. July pronounced Julie. I just thought that was so goofy. I know a guy in his April 10th, 2024 called Kimothy. Florida woman Crystal Metheny is in my top 20 of ridiculous names. My husband has a friend named Iraq, and his twin brother is named Iran. It's just really random because they're from Mexico, and they don't have any connection to the Middle East. My sister competed in a beauty contest with a Christina Frank von Frankenstein. DeCaldest Crawford's gotta be up there at the top. I was shuffling insurance forms when I saw first name Ida, last name Berger. Chudney. Not chutney. Chudney. I met a woman once named Listerine. That was the name on her driver's license. Roxanally Butts. Secondarily, Anne L. Payne. No bullshit. I have a photo of Mrs. Payne's name.